What's going on, everyone? So today we have to cover AVANTIS. As everybody knows, the whole market just crashed and we have AVANTIS down 23% in the last 24 hours. But at the bottom, AVANTIS went all the way down to 44 cents. Anyone who got in down there is literally up over 50% right now. That was one of the biggest opportunities, guys. This is why you need to learn the technical analysis. If you guys would have seen it when it broke 73 cents, then you would know the next support is this, and it'll probably bounce off that 52 cent support. So anyone that noticed that with the technicals and looked at the Fibonacci retracement, they noticed it, they got in, they came, they saw, they conquered, they made that money. So shout out to everybody that made money on this trade here. So anybody getting all the way down in there was probably hard, but getting in at this area right here would definitely have been worth it. But yeah, you would have made a quick 25% right there. That would have been, you know, almost all you needed for the day, right? And then if you would have gotten in all the way down here, which is going to be extremely hard, obviously, would have been about a 37% gain. So shout out to anyone that made money. Anyways, we're going to go over where I think this is going next. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But guys, this happens all the time in the market. A lot of people buy at the tops and then they sell at the bottom. I'm going to make a whole video talking about the trading psychology and how to master it. But what you guys have to remember is these are the times you want to buy. You don't really want to buy when things are extremely high. When things are really low like this, you want to buy. And then you're probably like, well, what about when it was at $1? But they're going to look at it. They're going to be like, well, how would I have known that it would have kept going down? Well, the thing is, you don't know. And I mentioned this in another one of my videos. I mentioned, like, if you have like $1,000, you don't want to put it all in all at once. You want to put 100 in right up here at like, just in case it keeps going at like $2.20 or something. Like, yeah, towards the top. And then it goes down to $1.50. Then you put in another 100. So let's say if you have 1,000, like now we've put in 100 in at like 220, and then we put another 100 in at like 150, and then we keep going and going and going with those hundreds until we're down at the bottom, and now we've dollar cost averaged in. So that is another strategy. So just for the people that are wondering, like, well, how do we find a good spot to enter at? Right now we're down by so much that I personally think that this is probably one of the best places to enter. And it's kind of obvious why it, you know, broke down so quickly. Like the second it broke below 73 cents, I remember mentioning it to someone in the comments that was saying that they were about to long this, and I was like, hey, if this goes below 73 cents, you want to be cautious. You want to be careful because it's going to be almost instant. And that person said that they were longing it and their liquidation price was at 63 cents, and that's very dangerous. I mentioned, yeah, that's very dangerous because the second it breaks 73 cents, immediately it's crashing. Why is that? Because last time when it was in the same range, look at what it did. It went straight through it with no resistance. No resistance whatsoever. Blew straight past it. So if we are to continue to go down, where would we go down to? That's the question that everyone probably wants to know right now. Well, first, we have resistance down here. So we can go ahead and set our resistance line here. And that is at 42 cents or 47 cents. I know people are probably upset just seeing those levels, but it is what it is. This is trading for you. And then we have, technically that's 40 cents. So I'm going to have to pull that just a little bit up higher, 40 cents in there. Then it's right at the bottom of this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm looking at here. We're going to scroll in. So you see it's right here at the bottom, right there at that support, right there at that resistance, right there at that resistance, and right there at that resistance. So these are two levels you want to watch out for, 47 cents and 40 cents. So if we were to continue in a downtrend here and continue towards the supports, first we're watching for 52 cents. If we break 52 cents, now we're watching here for 46 cents. 46 cents will probably get broken easy because it almost got touched before. So it'll probably be an easy break if we go below 52 cents. 47 will probably be an easy break. And then their stronger support that we're going to see is going to be at 40 cents. So that's the next level that you guys want to watch out for. I know it sucks to see this thing down so much, but again, these are the times that you guys want to buy. So right now, I would say is not a bad time, because if you think about it, and AVANTIS gets back up to its all-time high, think about how much you would have inside of gains if AVANTIS does something like this. So currently the price is at about 66 cents. So if I take this percentage gain tracker here and I bring it all the way up here to the top where AVANTIS was previously at its all-time high, then we're now looking at 300% in gains. From here, where we're at now to the all-time high is 300% gains. All you really have to do is buy low, sell high. But for everyone that has already bought in all the way up here and it's all the way down, at this point, don't sell. At this point, AVANTIS is damn near its bottom. Like, don't sell. Like, this is one of the biggest projects on base. Why would you sell at the bottom after buying at the top? Do not sell at the bottom. If you bought anywhere close to the top, or even if you bought anywhere close to the middle, if you have more money, dollar cost average. If you don't, just hold and wait until it goes back up. Now, if you bought somewhere at like $2.50, like the literal top, you gotta recoup. Like you gotta rethink your strategy. You gotta just sell that money and withdraw it, put it in your bank at that point. Like you gotta rethink your strategy if you bought all the way up here, like $2.50, $2.30. At that point, just sell and just walk away. Just walk your way, bang your head against the wall. Do what you gotta do. No, I'm playing. But no, in all seriousness, if you bought all the way at the top and you don't have any more money to dollar cost average in, just take it as a lesson. Like, it's a loss, obviously, but take the loss as a lesson to never buy at the top and to never sell at the bottom. We are at the bottom. Never sell there. Only buy here. This is a good entry area, good entry point. Even if the price drops down to 40 cents, the reason why this is still a good entry point is because you're not going to put everything in at once. If you got $1,000, why would you put 1,000 in at 66 or 65 cents? Maybe put 300 in because it is pretty low and you don't want to miss it if it goes up. Put a little bit in, put like 300. And then if it keeps going down, now you're down to 47 cents again. Now you're putting in another 300. It's coming up here. Now it's down here. Now you're putting in the rest of the money, because that's probably going to be the bottom. That's the bottom area where I'm seeing support areas. I'm not seeing much more support down there. Like, we could look at other levels, but then it's going to be like, all right, you really think it's going to come down that low? Anything's possible at this point. But yeah, 27 cents is one of the next areas for AVANTIS after those levels. But yeah, just watch out for these white lines here. As you see, the levels, the points, and the price is right here on the side. So take a little snapshot of that if you want to. Those are the support areas you got to watch out for as we pull back. And from here, you know, I feel like this is a nice hard reset on the entire crypto market. So I really wouldn't be too bummed out about it. We're still pretty bullish in the crypto market, to be honest. And we immediately came and bounced back with all this buying pressure on the MACD. So I think that everything is still intact for this bull run. Now, one thing that is concerning on the %R trend exhaustion, the short-term trend is kind of taking off while the long-term trend is staying sideways and stagnant, which is a sign that there's about to be another drop. Because as soon as the long-term trend peaks out up here or somewhere around here, the short-term trend is still down here, which means the long-term trend must pull back to meet the short-term trend down here. And then they can start trying to trend together, kind of like how they tried to do here, but failed. And I'll show you what this looks like on the charts. So as you can see here, the short-term trend goes up. So the price goes up. The short-term trend pulls back slightly. So the price pulls back slightly. And the long-term trend stays sideways. And then the long-term trend starts to drop. So then you see the actual price start to drop a lot. And then you see the short-term trend dropping. And now you see the same thing. Short-term trend starts to go up. Long-term trend's going sideways while the short-term trend is going up. Short-term trend or the long-term trend fails to continue to go up. So it goes back down. And then the short-term trend also comes down, bringing the price down even further. So there is a possibility that we're going to see another drop. If we follow this same pattern to a T, then yes, then we should go down if we follow that same pattern. But if we don't follow that same pattern, then we're gonna have to sit around and wait and find out, because we kind of see also the buying on the short-term trend is increasing slowly as well. As you can see here, it's going up. So maybe this is the last final push to push it up. But I do think that we could see some more drops here inside the market. So just, be careful. This is what the institutional investors, all the rich people, this is what they like to do. They like to crash the market because they know everybody bought at the top because they felt like it was going to keep going. And this is just what happens to people when they start trading. And then as soon as like it hits a point where people think it's going to continue to take off, they dump on you guys, and then they keep dumping on the way down. And then they make sure they only get back in when they start to see most of retail has dumped at the bottom, and they start to see people are selling. They look, trust me, they got people working for them, looking through comment sections, seeing, okay, people sold. Yep, normal retailers are selling. We can see they're communicating on social media platforms, talking about their losses and how they sold. Let's get back in. I feel like that's how it happens. I don't know if it really happens, but that's how that kind of it seems. That's how it happens. But yeah, this is all I got for you guys today. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on AVANTIS. This is still a good buying opportunity, and I think if we go down even further, you're getting more better buying opportunities for a solid project. So it's all about, is the project solid? This is a solid project. AVANTIS has been solid, one of the most solid on base chain in my personal opinion. But yeah, this is all I got. Hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want me to go over next. And also become a member of the channel, guys. And I will go over any crypto project you want me to go over specifically. Just let me know. As long as it's not some low cap scam coin, just let me know. Join, become a member of the channel, and I'll go over those videos for you guys. Only $9.99 per month. That's extremely cheap. Anyways, and also, yeah, you'll make your money back almost immediately. That's like $9, guys. Come on. Anyways, this is all I got for you guys. As always, I'll be back with another video.